How was your summer in New York?
It was great. I really enjoyed New York. I would say it's the best part of the whole thing was to be able. I came to New York very often for years, but for the first time living in New York for 5 months was great. I love the beat of the city, and for the last 12 years as a French Canadian from Montreal, I've been a lot in a lot of big cities, but I really like New York. Apart from the smell and
yeah.
Trash.
But you know what? You could actually go wearing that outfit you have right now and totally fit in. Doesn't matter.
I could,
right?
Yeah, definitely. I've seen strangest things, Like I've seen a girl walking out pretty much naked.
Really?
In the street, all kinds of outfits and stuff. So once in a while I go into so I go outside, I stand there just like this, and people smile, but they don't seem that surprised. They've seen a lot.
No, they've seen worse, I'm sure.
Stuff,
so how did you get involved in Zarkana in the first place?
Well, Zarkana for me was, for years I've been talking with the Cirque, maybe we could do something together, as I'm a close friend to Guy, the owner of Cirque, and lots of friends in the Cirque. And they said they wanted to do something more rock opera thing. So I dove in the story. I wanted to do this, and it was a great challenge for me, great opportunity to come to New York and be more stable, because for the last 10-12 years I've been always on tour, changing city every day. So at a moment you need a moment to rest and take it easy, and that was the perfect thing, because I'm a workaholic, so I cannot stop working. I could, but I can't.
Now, right before, you were telling me before, right before you went into this, you released an album. Is it weird to kind of release an album and then kind of put it on hold and then do this Zarkana thing?
Yeah, maybe it was not the greatest idea to release a French album and then come here, but for a long time I wasn't sure that I wanted to do this show, and I told them actually a year and a half ago easily, I said just use me as I will do it. So let's work together. I don't mind when, between two planes, jump in studio, try stuff, and then we'll see. And at the moment I had tick, 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 tick. I have to give the answer, and I was releasing the album. I said, okay, let's do it. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. It's a great experience, and to see another side of Cirque, because I'm used to see a lot of premieres of Cirque du Soleil. Tomorrow I'm taking the plane and going to Montreal for the Michael Jackson one. It's the big premiere tomorrow.
Yep.
And so I'm really used to that side of the Cirque, and now being in the middle of a creation is something else.
Is it? I mean, it's mind blowing to be in the audience and see these people flying around and doing these crazy things. What about being on stage and watching it happen around you? It's crazy.
Well, it's scary sometimes, because you see a lot of people injured, performing still, because they have to do it. The show must go on. And, between right under the wheel of death or stuff like that, you're like, okay, if someone falls, what do I do? That's one of the first questions I asked, If they're falling, do I try to catch them, or I just get out of there? They said they know how to fall, so don't be in the way. They better hit the floor than you, and having two people injured and them not being able to grab the right way, so it is scary sometimes, but very exciting. For me, it's like walking in New York. I travel a lot. I see a lot of cities, but I really need in the summer to go by my lake. I have my studio there, and I need that, and I didn't have it this summer. So it was another kind of energy. And the energy of walking in New York is always people, it's always action, and it's as would say in Greece, it's electrifying!
Nice.
And being in the middle of a Cirque du Soleil, and one of the biggest production, because it's definitely the biggest production that Radio City ever saw. I remember talking to people who worked here for more than 20 years, and they said, well, the biggest thing we've seen was 16 trucks coming in, and you have 50. It was the biggest thing we had seen before. So it's a huge, huge production, and being small in that huge frame of theater, because it's the biggest in the world, is Radio City, the frame of the opening of the stage itself. So it's very impressive, and being with a lot of aerial acts like that.
Yeah. I mean, what about just playing at Radio City? I mean, for you, I mean, you toured before Zarkana, you toured the world anyway. But like to play Radio City, not just once, but for 5 months. I mean,
yeah, yeah, that's
crazy.
the point. It's crazy to be. It's the kind of venue I'm used to do. It's like 6,000 people is pretty much what I do normally with my own act, but not always at the same theater. And Radio City is the mecca. It's the. It was very exciting to be on, New York, the Radio City, and Cirque at the same time. It was, I couldn't say no, actually.
Now, you're literally about to go on, so I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Do you still get butterflies even 5 months in, or no?
Well, there's always butterflies because there's danger in the show, and the expectations and stuff, and so there's always a little, but no stress.
Okay.
But I've never really been into stress. I sang with a lot of big names, and I've been very, very fortunate in my life, but never really nervous.
Yeah.
I mean, normal nervous, like always nervous. I think like quick and want action. So not before going on the show, but it's very exciting. Of course, all the time. I have friends tonight again. And
Gotcha.
when they're there, it's want to give them the best out.